So I actually decided on having a home birth way before I even got married. Around the 9th month, I was getting a little antsy like anybody else would. Like you're just ready for this baby to come into the world and get out of you. I was excited. I was just preparing myself mentally because, you know, it's coming to that moment of truth where, okay, am I going to be able to do this home birth without any medical intervention, no medication whatsoever. A lot of education with the Lamaze classes and just studying and researching and just making sure that this is what I wanted to do. And I mean, why not? I have my own environment with whoever I want there. I can eat, I can sleep, I can do whatever I want, feel comfortable, and not have to worry about strangers coming in and checking me with machines and things like that. Once the contractions started, I couldn't tell if I was going into labor because the Braxton Hicks were just the random tightening, but I just really didn't know. But then one morning, like 4 in the morning, I started getting them kind of every 15, 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, I think it's starting. And this was at my 40 weeks and like 4 days. My midwife came and checked me that night because she was talking to me throughout the day and was like, okay, you're fine. I don't think you're in active labor yet. But she came that night, checked me. I was about 3 centimeters. I kind of freaked out because throughout the day they were getting more intense and like pain was starting to come with each contraction. And I was like, am I gonna be able to do this? She checked me 3 centimeters. She opened me up to 5. And then that's when the active labor started. And it got really really intense each contraction. I literally couldn't talk throughout most of them and went in the tub and like the warm water in my back and just had to really breathe throughout each contraction. And they were coming like 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 3 minutes. It was still irregular, but I'm like, but they're a lot closer together. So we're trying to track it. I had a birth pool set up. I think I went in it twice. I noticed that every time I went in it, it slowed down my contractions and I didn't want anything to slow it down. So I stayed in it each time about 10 minutes and then got out and was just in my bed and in the bathroom. And so that active labor time was, they said it was like 7 hours that I was in active labor. I had to like think about breathing. Otherwise, with each contraction, I tensed up and he was there like behind me on the birth ball because I was sitting on the toilet and he was right behind me. He's like, just don't tense up, just give into it, give into it. So I would, okay. And then it passed. I'm like, okay. I was so tired. But with like each one got more intense, but I could do it. You know what I mean? Like it was manageable. I was able to breathe through it. It was painful, but like I said, it wasn't a pain that was like attacking me. It was like a welcoming this precious bundle of joy. So I was just thinking about him and thinking about breathing and not thinking about the pain.
When each contraction came, she got into a zone. So I just made sure I was there to support her, make sure she, didn't fall, or because she would randomly grab me sometimes. She would put her arms around my shoulders and squat. She would do all kinds of stuff. So I just made sure I was stable, balanced, and prepared for anything that she would do.
During labor, I didn't think I had to go to the hospital. There was a moment where I felt like, okay, can I do this? But yes, I can. I'm already doing it. I'm doing it. It's just telling myself I'm already doing it. Like, you're doing it. It's fine. Everything's fine. They check the baby's heart rate's fine. Just take it each wave at a time. Before I knew it, she checked me again. I was 9.5. She's like, I'll just open you to 10. And then the big contraction came and I stood up and my water broke on my mom's feet and then again on my bedroom carpet, and I tried to waddle my way to the birth tub and attempted to push in there for 20 minutes. He wasn't moving anywhere. I felt his head. It was in the same place, and I'm like, oh God.
But then when they asked her to get out of the tub and get onto the floor, I'm like, well, why? Like, because we wanted to do a water birth. But apparently the pressure of the water was going against the pushing and prohibiting her from actually, pushing the baby out.
Got out of the tub and just, all right, I guess we're pushing now, like he's coming. It was when I started pushing that I felt like, okay, can I do this for real? Like I started kind of not doubting myself, but just wanting someone else to do it for me because it was very hard and I felt like he wasn't moving. Like every time I pushed, it was like this. he would just come out and go back in. I think it was more hard because I was so tired and I hadn't slept in 2 days. So that was, during the pushing part was when I was like, okay, I don't know if I can do this, but I never said I can't do it. I never said I don't want to do this. I never said I need medicine. I never said any of that because I felt like if I said it, then it would start, those doubts and fear would start to come. So I just kept my mouth shut and I kept my brain focused and I did it.
Just watching her go through that, and the midwives, they pulled out like a tug of war rope and had her pull it, and she's doing crunches and she's pulling the rope. She broke the rope. Like, I saw like a strength I had never seen. She went into like superhero woman mode and just really like got very serious and intense and strong. And so yeah, I didn't see any doubt like at all.
So I would say the first hour I was in the tub squatting and hands and knees, and then the last hour and a half I was on my back doing those crunch position thingies. So I would kind of curl up and push down and then lean back down. At one point I did want to roll over, but I was so tired that I just stayed on my back. But I think if I had the energy to turn over when I felt like I wanted to, he probably would have came a lot sooner, but I was just so tired that I was just on my back the whole time. So I just used my stomach muscles and that rope and had him and my sister-in-law hold my legs up. So it was a team effort.